trivia. We're back. And we got Sword, we got Fandom, we have AK. Say hi so I can pull up the YouTube. Can you hear? Hello. All right, Sword and Fandom, say hello. Can you guys hear me? I see Tiffany. There we
If
go.
you're talking, Sword, I think you're muted.
Yeah, nobody's talking, just me.
Fandom, did your sound drop out?
What happened?
Oh, my bad. Another call.
Okay. I was like,
Good job. Good job.
Guys, say something while I'm putting it on. So
Then you're also having the Skype conversation, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think they started yet." So I just quickly answered.
No, AK says we're starting. Run away! I'm running away. Welcome. I think we have Tiffany in, and that's it. So
I got my camera turned on. My mute says it's not. My mute's not red. So.
Yeah. No. Now we hear you.
Okay. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was mute a while ago, then I went back and changed it. And then you said it again. I thought, what did I do?
In.
Oh, also, this isn't a paid promotion, but go to KFC. They got finally waffles now, so now you can get chicken and waffles.
Ah.
Waffles aren't bad. Good? Yeah, even without the syrup, they're good.
Nice.
But the real question is pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Hey.
Yeah.
Actually, French toast.
To me, it's like who's making it.
I like all three.
Tiffany
but
says
my preference
pancakes. Or waffles. I'm sorry,
pancakes?
she says waffles.
Yeah, I love waffles. Out of the three, I think pancakes is probably on the bottom, even though I do enjoy them. I like French toast more. Right,
I like making my own pancake syrup.
All right, so who's got the opening question?
I don't know. Who wrote the opener?
I do.
It was not I.
I do.
Well, I think we just have Tiffany in, but Tiffany's going to get it, hopefully.
Who is the only actor in the movies, all of them, that actually met J.R.R. Tolkien in person?
I knew that one without looking at the answer. And apparently so did Tiffany. Well done. You are correct. Christopher Lee it is. So yeah, you're kind of running the board.
Uh-huh.
Do what?
I said Tiffany's actually got run of the board now. Until someone jumps in.
They were actually
in the
friends.
multiverse. How old is Christopher?
When he passed away.
Know. Yeah, I think so.
Did he pass away already?
Oh yeah.
Or not?
I think so, yeah.
Not Christopher. Yeah, I know he's gone. I meant
Gandalf.
Wasn't his son's name also Christopher? Or am I thinking of the wrong person? I may be thinking of the wrong person.
Yeah, they were actually friends, kind of, and he says he reread the books once a year.
I could see that. Christopher Lee was a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
My guy made like a whole metal album like in his 70s about Charlemagne. Like, who just randomly decides to do that? That guy.
Somebody who reads history.
Indeed. All right, sure. I think these are relatively easy, especially this first one. Somewhere in the multiverse, the Fellowship member Boromir decided instead of dying, he'd be a treasure hunter. What verse was that? There are more than one that he does not die.
The Boromir after?
Tiffany got it.
Yep.
All the points to
That is
Tiffany.
indeed
Until somebody
correct.
else joins.
Right, until somebody else shows up.
It is trivia.
Fandom,
with Tiffany.
kick this out. Actually, you know what? Shoot.
I
I was going to say
did.
put it on Twitter, but nobody's really on Twitter. At least nobody I hang with is on Twitter too much anymore.
Yeah, I put it on my Twitter already.
All right. I'm probably gonna cancel my Twitter shortly. All right, number 2. Somewhere in the multiverse, Lord Elrond is fond of saying, "Mr. Anderson." What verse was that?
This
All
one
right.
I know.
Oh, welcome, Sky Guy. We got Tiffany and Sky
Hello, Sky Guy. Welcome. Number 3. This one is a little bit of a deep cut, but I have faith in Tiffany. I have faith that she'll know what this is. Somewhere in the multiverse, Saruman the White was known as a tyrannical evil knight. What verse was that? And as a bonus point, what was the knight's name? Oh, that's your husband. Welcome, husband.
Yes, welcome, husband.
Thank you
Welcome,
for swinging
welcome.
in with us. We're the random people Tiffany plays trivia with every few Fridays.
I don't know this one.
My sister used to call them my imaginary friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an old movie. Actually, I believe it was also the first thing I ever saw Christian Bale in. He was a tiny tot. Well, not tiny. He was probably around 10 or 11, I think, when he did this movie.
If he was doing this like a few more years later, we would have been like AIs instead of imaginary friends.
Yeah. Oh boy, is that happening more and more nowadays.
I know, that's so weird.
And the answer is
Oh, and the answer is Mio in the Land of Faraway, also known as Mio My Mio. It's from a book, actually.
All right,
Listen,
well,
I
Yes,
I'll
Apu
put-
on that one, where Christopher Lee played the evil knight Kato. All right, next question. This one I think is relatively easy. Somewhere in the multiverse, Radagast the Brown was a Lord of Time from the planet Gallifrey.
this. I know. I learned this
It's
like what?
amazing how many people have ties to that show.
I know it's into like probably until after I started watching Doctor Who. Because I think I started watching Doctor Who after.
Really? Really?
This, after.
You started watching what? Phantom?
Poe.
On my end, it was there.
You literally said the answer, my guy.
But I saw the program. Tiffany put it in.
All right, come on, Sky Guy, put it in before he does the countdown.
Was it already in there? I wasn't looking at the screen. Oh, man.
There we go.
All right. Well,
All
everybody
right.
gets points on that one.
All right, Tiffany and Sky Guy.
Oh, this one's super easy. Super easy. So fast fingers if you want to beat her, Sky Guy. Once upon a time, Samwise Gamgee left home to go on another adventure to try to save his whole neighborhood from being demolished. What verse was that?
I finally saw that movie.
You'd never seen it before?
I mean, I saw bits and pieces, but I never watched it in the entire.
Tisk.
I know.
I'm gonna take that as a typo. I know where you're going, so yes, the answer is the Goonies, and they both get points.
Yeah, Tiffany, Sky Guy. I would have done Rudy.
Yeah, see, I feel like everybody knows both of these, but when it comes to that one, that's always the kicker. I can't remember which one he was even in first. I want to say it was Rudy. I think it was Rudy.
You think? Okay.
I could be wrong though. I could be.
I don't know.
I mean, he was a kid. He was a kid in both of them.
Well, Tiffany, you're picking.
I still need to see.
Where are we headed, Tiffany?
What
did you just say to me, young man?
Yeah, I still need to go
One more
see
question.
Goonies.
Did I not do 5
Wait,
questions?
that's not the ones with that big dog, right? Goliath or whatever.
Big dog. You mean the Sandlot?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got name the weapon. Name the weapon.
Part of me wants to say that to me, but I don't think that is.
The weapon. That's me.
I think it's sword. Yeah.
I think that was last Lord of the Rings. I think I did that or something similar.
Okay.
I should probably be taking these things off the screen.
Arwen used a sword made specifically to use on horseback. What was it called?
Good one.
I wonder if we did 100 trivia shows yet.
Yes, a good question. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because we started out doing them every week, so that would have been 52
Yeah, because
in a year.
it's been several years.
Yeah, we only reached 500 then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull the board for a second.
Yeah.
So I know we've done this for at least 5, 6, maybe 6 years.
And we got it.
We did it. What is the answer?
Had a fang.
We got it. Tiffany and Sky Guy.
And he is the goodest of boys, that horse.
Okay.
Of course.
Ian Moore, my favorite looking guy on the show. I watch him everything he's in.
Hey, Mayor?
Oh, sword.
I like him. I like Carl.
Carl Urban.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Dredd. Or not
He
Dr. Dredd.
did.
Judge
He
Dredd.
did the to do a makeover of Star Trek. He did the best Bones.
He did do a good Bones.
He did a good Bones.
I concur.
He carried a sword into battle. What was it called?
I wonder what is the powerfulest weapon in Middle Earth, at least.
The most powerful weapon?
They are talking.
Outside,
Probably
The author.
Probably the ring.
The author can do anything.
I can
Sky Guy
probably
came
tell
in
you-
with the awesome copy paste to get the glyphs in. I love it.
All right. The answer is. I'm just like watching.
I don't
sword
know.
mouths.
It's Gusline.
I think it's
Gusline or Gooseline. I'm not sure which.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, we got Tiffany and Sky Guy.
Okay. Each of the fellowship was gifted something by Galadriel as they departed. A bow was gifted to Legolas. What was it called?
Oh, I want a replica of that bow. That is that the woodwork on that, bruh. It's so cool.
What was up with that bow? Will the arrows just never run out, or it's just it never misses its target?
It never misses. Well, I mean, it's Legolas. He is like always on God mode, so he's not going to miss anyway. But that bow like
they had the
solidified
description
it.
Yeah, when I was looking at the weapons, it said something about it was longer and stronger than the one he had. Whatever that means.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He can reach further distances with it.
And the answer is.
The bow of Gladham.
Yep.
All right, we got. Well, Tiffany just put the name, so we'll give it Tiffany and Sky Guy.
Okay. Yeah,
I should give it
Yeah,
to
give the
Sky
top
Guy
points.
first because
Yeah.
he put bow first.
The official name, yeah.
All
Top
right,
points to
so
Sky
it's-
Guy.
Yeah, top points to Sky
All right.
Guy.
Yeah, we're very technical
the
with our nerddom
extra
sometimes, Sky Guy.
Points were correct. Okay. Gondor used what to summon allies? Gondor used what to summon allies?
Were there different things during different ages?
I don't know. All I know is these came back.
Okay.
They were special.
See that. Okay, wait. Is it a book versus movie question then? Like, did you pull this question from the book story? Because it's different in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very specific way they do it, and it's not
Weapon? A very specific weapon?
It's not. No, it's not a weapon.
That's it.
Yeah, it's like my favorite
It's a
scene
weapon
in the
because
whole
it's like a
thing, too.
messenger. It goes to. It's not
Okay,
a bird.
okay,
but
that's
it goes to where they
that's
want it
the
to go
book
to,
verse
and
then.
it comes back from where they sent it.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna guess that's the book verse.
I remember.
And just
Yeah.
real quick before you say it, Sky Guy, we normally do not allow second answers. But I mean, it doesn't matter now because the second answer that you put was still wrong. But just moving forward, so you remember. Unless there are times we give exceptions, but this time, yeah, it wouldn't be it. But Tiffany did get it.
And the answer is
Red arrows.
all right, Tiffany. But in the movie,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite scene.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah, me too.
Series. And they light the fires.
It's the beacons of Gondor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has Pippin light the fires, and the beacons. That's the signal to like
Well-
all of the outposts in the line of mountains to get all the way to Rohan to signal for help. So I'm assuming the red hours. Then it's in the book.
But she did say weapon, so it's like,
Weapons. Not signals. Weapons.
Well, I mean, in the question, it wasn't said. You didn't specify whether it was a weapon in the question.
I just said.
You just said how
the
did they
category
summon?
is-
Yeah.
The category is weapons, so I just assumed.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, Tiffany got it.
But yeah, anyway,
Smog was-
Tiffany gets the points.
Tiffany was on your wavelength.
Smog, the dragon, was killed by what? It's kind of
Too
goes
much
out of Lord
talking.
of the Rings and into. And they were special too.
Mm-hmm.
and who did the voiceover again? Oh, no, is that a question?
Benedict.
There we go.
Cumberbatch,
There
and
we
he
go.
Dr.
didn't have to
Strange.
pronounce the word penguin.
And yes, we got that. Yes, I'm not looking at YouTube, so I don't know who said it first. But on StreamYard, Sky Guy came up first for me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Me too. Sky Guy. Tiffany.
Awesome.
Okay,
And
it
the
was the
answer
Black
is-
Arrow, and they
Yep.
used the last. They only had two, and they used
The last one.
last one in existence.
All right, Sky Guy's picking.
Which was still kind of wild because he had no covering over that. Anything should have been able to pierce him.
Yeah.
But
True.
yeah, it's magic systems are always weird.
Yeah.
Grace, over to you, fandom. I'm assuming you have
Great.
pictures.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Hold on,
Did you remember to sign in?
Let's see. Yep.
Okay. Yep, you got the controls then. Actually, let me pull this.
It's been
Boop.
a while since
There you
I
go.
did this.
Click present.
Oh, maybe. Okay, races. And low key, I'll be forgetting to like rename the slides. So it's like I'm literally looking through like numerous slides I'm doing for trivia. I'm like, which is it? Which is it? Which is it? Okay.
Good job.
So I'm gonna show you an image. You pretty much tell me the race. I did this correctly. It doesn't show the answer. So first one. What race is this?
Ah,
It's
Danny
Doctor
500.
Who.
say
No,
that
I'm
looks
just kidding.
extremely.
Oh, you got it.
All right.
Yes.
Answer is.
Zents.
The ants.
All right. Tiffany Sky Guy.
Next one. No, not from Harry Potter.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I hope you didn't pick the typical name.
Maybe.
We got both answers in.
Answer is Star.
All
Star.
right.
Done.
I'm definitely
done.
giving it to Tiffany. I guess. Is that a typo?
Yeah, he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just a typo. Yeah, we
All
can
right,
give him that.
Sky Guy.
Next one. This could be two answers. Now I'm thinking about it.
No, actually, it couldn't be because
Okay,
they're in a
okay
very
then.
specific form there.
Oh, got it.
Answer is.
Indeed.
Wraith.
All right. Tiffany and Sky Guy.
Yeah, I think it's the last one. No. There's one after this.
Nope, you got one more. What?
Hmm.
Okay.
Are you-
Do you mean the horse?
Yeah, the
What
horse.
do you mean the horse?
Okay, the horse.
Okay.
The horse.
Okay,
Okay,
the
I
horse.
Okay,
was
just in
assuming
case,
because
just
we
in
just
case, you
did
can,
that
like,
one, yeah.
I could say it again. Like, it's like three
And that's a
there.
good call.
So like,
That's a
just
good
in
call.
Case, just in case.
Yeah.
Second time.
A lot of folks, I think, forget sometimes that
In case
Shadowfax,
you
he
put
ain't
in
built
the
like other
Hobbit
horses. He
or-
different.
Yeah.
And I do believe we have the answers here.
Answer is.
Yeah, they knew.
Indeed. I see y'all on y'all nerd game.
I don't have any.
Like
any
Tiffany,
chat,
we
so-
already were impressed with Tiffany. We know your skill, girl. Sky, I see you coming through.
I don't have the chat
see
on,
you.
so we know is the answer.
Yes. That's just me, right?
Yours. Yep. Tiffany.
Do you
Sky Guy.
have? Yeah, if you click on comments, like in StreamYard, you don't even have to go to YouTube.
I think on StreamYard, I think it's slow or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Something.
It's slightly slower, but not by
Oh,
much.
cool! I didn't know that was there.
Yep.
See, you talk about sign in. I go in through the link. I don't sign in. I was going to do that tonight, and I realized my email has two. You probably noticed it in the chat. Sometimes it comes out with my name, and sometimes it comes out with Storm in
Yeah.
the Darkness. And this
Me
one
too.
that I use for this is my name. So I really wanted to. I got to change it over before I can sign in. I mean, it's not like I care who I am. Not anybody cares who I am, but
Sky Guy, I'm a convince Phantom to give you like 4 more seconds to correct that.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay, or never mind. Sorry, I tried.
Yeah, and just
You,
Urukai,
yeah, different species of orc there.
All right. So we got Tiffany.
The Urukai have the white hand of Saruman on their head.
I can't see the picture, so does that one?
How can't you see the pictures? Really?
I mean, it's just really tiny.
Oh wow.
Because she's got
Damn.
a dozen things open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe if you close about 50 of those tabs.
Well, I'm reading the chat and I haven't popped out. All right. So the answer is Orc.
And
Yep.
I think
All
that was
right.
your last one,
That's
right?
Tiffany.
Or do you
that
have one
was
more?
the last one.
Even if you pop out the
All
chat
right.
and try to make your screen smaller, it doesn't do that. The screen, the inside just
What-
gets smaller and smaller and smaller as you make the screen
Mary,
smaller.
do you
So
have more
it
than
doesn't
one
work.
screen or just one screen?
I do have more, but I got on my monitor. I got the chat, the StreamYard, and the questions.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's more than
Yeah,
enough room.
Sometimes,
I've got
It's
all
gotta,
that
like,
open
pop out,
too.
I guess.
sometimes I put it on my television because it's right there in front of me. It runs a little behind everything else, but I still can see it. But the remote's way over there, and I'm not getting up. So
I miss my old laptop.
I understand
I've got a
that.
reason
I
other than my lap
respect
is my lap is full of stuff, and I don't want to move all the stuff to go over there and get it. Like
I
cats
understand
and
that.
computers.
All right. So Tiffany is
All
picking.
right. So, Tiffany, where are we going next, my lady? Oh, wait. You need to see the board to figure that out. Un momento. There we are.
You should have put Gollum in there because he's different.
I was thinking about that.
Hmm.
I was actually gonna make him I was gonna make the like Galadriel's final form take the soup guy's spot where she says go back to the void.
He looks like he's a hobbit, but he's a Stoor hobbit.
Yeah, but he's a store hobbit. Yes. And I'm so glad they made that known in the Rings of Power, because there's that line in the movies where Frodo says, "You were much like a hobbit before then," but the histories are forgotten. He didn't know that there were different races of hobbits way back when, and I'm so glad they touched on that.
The guy, when I was doing my research and stuff, the guy that did the Hobbit, that did Gollum, it was always supposed
Andy
to be
Serkis?
a voice. It was only supposed to be a voice, and then
He was too good with the motion cap
for everything else. But they liked the way he moved.
Mm-hmm.
Because he moved around like a cat and something else. I think a cat choking on a fur ball and something else. I can't remember what it was that he was going after, and they liked it, so they kept it.
Yeah, he sold it. He sold it. Like he's known.
Wait, you tell me the Gollum voice part was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. That was all him making all of those, doing all those movements. That was all Andy.
Yep. And he had to drink.
Gandalf
He had something they called Gollum juice. He called it Gollum juice that he had to drink after all the show, after he did all of his parts, because he had to.
His throat was probably raw.
I forget, honey and lemon and something. I mean, like 4 different things he had in it that he drank after.
I bet.
Very talented, actually.
Hey, Candy. Oh yeah, he's very talented. People know him from the motion cap that he did, but he was in the game long before that. And I'm glad he's like been getting his props now. You know, he's been directing, actually acting with his face in roles. So yeah, I like Andy Serkis. He seems like a really cool dude.
So for this topic,
he got it from his cat hacking up a hairball. You know what? That makes perfect sense, because I want to say he's a method actor, but I don't mean it in that real sense. But he's able to really put himself into the character and draw it out. He just really does good work.
It has to be pretty good to make guys that had their minds made up on CGI to look at him
to spend that money on the mocap. Exactly. All right, so whose category is that? Is that you, Sword? Is that you again?
What is it?
Or is that over to you, Mary?
No, I think that's fandom. Gandalf or Dumbledore?
Is it fandom?
Oh, that's not me. No.
Dumbledore.
I
was thinking when I was writing this.
I love that we're on the same wavelength with that.
So for this one, I pretty much say in quote,
Ron Weasley.
It's either Gandalf or Dumbledore.
I was so close to picking that clip to play at the beginning of the stream. So close. I should have did it.
All right, first one. It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not. It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not.
Hmm.
All right, the answer is
Ooh.
Gandalf.
it is
Gandalf.
Gandalf Candy.
Candy came in and said, "Y'all need to go ahead and sit down. I'm here now."
Second one. It does not do not wait. Can't even talk today. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.
Ah,
It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.
yeah, one of the first lessons imparted to a
Right.
certain character.
The answer is
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. All right, we got Tiffany, Candy, Sky Guy.
Next one. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil.
Makes me think of what the hell did we just get done watching? Wheel of Time. Weep for Manetheren. Weep for what was lost.
All right, answer is
Gandalf.
Sky Guy and Tiffany.
I'm surprised at you, Candy. You're usually really good with quotes.
One of my favorite quotes. Next one. There never was much hope, just a fool's hope, as I have been told.
Hmm.
There never was much hope, just a fool's hope, as I have been told.
What would really be a tricky section is who said it, Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White?
Oh yeah, that one's good. That would have been a good. One.
That would be super tricky.
I
I mean, would it though?
Yeah.
Answer is
For me, it would have been the same voice, so it's like, was it him when he was this? Or was it that?
That's why it's tricky. That's where the hard level comes in.
Answer is Gandalf.
all right. We got Tiffany, Sky Guy, Candy.
Then I hear the actor say he prefers the gray over Gandalf the White. It's interesting.
I think he did, yeah, because Gandalf the Grey is more fun. Fool of a took.
Full of a took.
He
All right.
spends less on laundry.
Last but not least,
Yeah, you're right.
differences of habit and language are nothing at all if our aims are identical and our hearts are open. Differences of habit and language are nothing at all and our aims are identical and our hearts are open.
I would say I prefer Gandalf the Grey because he, well, like Candy said, Zen Gandalf, that Gandalf the Grey is that dude. He just sits and he's smart as hell when he needs to do his studies, but he keeps that long bottom leaf on deck. And I understand why he would do that.
He had fewer problems than Gandalf the White.
He was literally a celebrity. Like whenever he went to town, oh shit. Well, except when he went to Rohan. Yeah, Rohan, they got sick of him because they was under a spell. But yeah.
Answer is
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. All right, we got Sky Guy, Candy, Tiffany. I'm Ron Weasley.
Sky Guy, you are picking next. Where are we headed? He was Gandalf the White when he went to Rohan. That for that first time that we saw him on the show, but he had been there multiple times before that. That's where he got Shadowfax from. Frodo who?
Who?
Oh, that's
Who?
and this is catered more towards the movies now for this category.
Good to be specific on that. Yeah.
Because I know in the books something, and with one of the questions, just in case if people are like, wait a minute, fandom, I'm like, it's only in the movies.
All right, movies thoughts only.
Yeah. So for this one, I pretty much describe a person in the movies that never saw Frodo. All right. Once I say the question, you probably get the hang of like how I'm doing it. So for our first question, I was too busy hanging out with Merry, Pippin, and Fangorn Forest. I was too busy hanging out with Merry, Pippin, and Fangorn Forest. So that person, individual never saw.
They were about sick
Frodo.
of them. They were about sick of them too.
This is not going to be another Waffles, is it?
That's
the Dumbledore. It's not going to be another Waffles. Is it?
Nah, I don't think so. No. Don't be hasty.
All right, this guy going.
That's another good quote question for next time. I always watch the extended versions when I watch these now, and I think I probably watch them at least once a year also. Yeah, and look, that right there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to say that there is a part of me that absolutely has the Merry brain and is a slight bit more responsible, but Pippin, nah, you will absolutely find me in the forest with all of the long bottom leaf. You know, as they say, you know, the weed from the South Farthing is the best. And that is exactly what I would have. Even Saruman had 2 barrels in his house. While he was trying to talk about, you spend too much time smoking the halfling's leaf. Bruh, you got it on deck right there. It's in the basement. We saw you.
Answer is.
Yeah, we watch the extended version probably once a year. We my sister has it. I don't have it. I have just the regular. And it's amazing how much. It's amazing how many times you have to stop it and go to the bathroom because it's forever long.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't mind that. Yep.
No. It's good.
I'm a collector. I have all the versions. I have the ones that came with. I have the cute ones that came with the bookends, the whole set. It looks spectacular on my shelves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make all of my fandom stuff a background for when I stream. And when I get my new laptop, hopefully next year, and I can be back on camera.
Okay.
Next.
I was too busy waiting to fulfill an oath to Isildur's heir. I was too busy waiting to fulfill an oath to Isildur's heir.
Bruh, don't ever take as long as this dude and his people to fulfill your oaths.
You're probably finally you're here.
Stay true to your oaths. Like, how you gotta think about that timeline. How long have they been dead there? Just why would you not? There's been several wars since then, sir. You could have made up for this a long time ago. Oh, hey, there's a question. Did they actually name him?
I haven't seen a name.
Okay,
only
yeah,
titles and
just his title, yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe we have all those. And it's your category, but I will say I feel like we could give Candy a chuckle point on that one.
I think so, and
Tiffany
is actually right.
I mean, she's technically right. She's not wrong.
Yeah, so King of the Dead.
I think we just give it to all of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure
King
if there
Under the
was
Mountain.
really...
Wait.
That was the title.
I will contest that. King Under Mountain is strictly, as far as I know, has only been mentioned when it came to Erebor. So I don't think we could use that. I don't think we could use that here.
That was one of his titles.
King Under the Mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're giving it to Skydie and a chuckle point to
I give it to you.
I guess they gave it to him because it was technically since it was like in the mountain, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, excuse me.
All right.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought what Sky Guy just said. The dwarf.
Okay.
King Under the Mountain, referred to the
right, we are
not
giving Candy a chuckle point and Sky to Guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. King Under the Mountain, definitely a different person. Thank you, Sky Guy. I thought I was going nuts for a second. Appreciate that.
That's the answer Fandom has.
Next one. I was too busy ruling Rohan and dealing with Gundor drama. I was too busy ruling Rohan and dealing with
That kind of
Gundor
gives
drama.
itself away.
I mean, low key, but also if there was like, if you could put our world things into their world, and you had like Real Housewives of Gondor, he what's his name would have been on there. What is his name? Denethor, the damn steward.
Oh yeah.
He would have been on there for all the drama.
He had like terrible table manners.
And then like, what would we say? Let's say Real Hands, because that's kind of what the Grandma Wormtongue was. The Real Hands of Rohan.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we got it. What the answer is?
Theoden.
All right.
You were going to
Tiffany,
name the youngest after Theoden. Interesting.
Sky Guy, Candy. Well, he sunk the Titanic, so I don't know.
Oh shit! That I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Oh man, see, this is why I do multiverse things, man. There's so many cool ways that I could connect these worlds. Wait, Candy, remind me real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay, so we have the stallion that mounts the world, and we have our lovely Lady Luna of the Love Good represented in your family. And so you were going to name the third one Theoden. What did you end up naming him? Because I don't think I know that answer. You can go ahead, Phantom. I'm just curious.
I didn't meet Frodo, but I did show off his Mithril coat to the Fellowship at the Black Gate. If you watch the extended.
Candy, was that after the Guardians?
Yes, you know it was. Candy, see, this is why we are friends, bro. The nerd shit that Candy be doing with these names is exactly where my head is always at when it comes to kids in my family. I give it like
when the youngest stands still, you can't see it. The youngest.
Mm-hmm. He is 100% sure that he is not being perceived at this moment. Mm-hmm.
I didn't meet Frodo, but I did show off his Mithril coat to the Fellowship at the Black Gate.
Ha ha! That little asshole. And this is a very specific. You have to be very specific with this answer, y'all. This isn't one I can ask Fandom to bend on. He's destructive. I mean, yeah, I think that tracks. Mm-hmm.
Does he take everything literally?
I mean, well, yeah, Drax is a great fighter, but he literally does take everything. Literally. That would make sense.
I gotta watch part 3.
I cannot go over my head. I would catch it.
My reflexes are too fast. I think I'm with you, Fandom. I'm gonna rewatch part 3 over the weekend too.
Answer is Mouth of Sauron.
Yes.
All right, we got Sky Guy, and we've got. Oops, wait a minute. We got Tiffany
got it.
And Weird Mouth Guy.
I feel like that's a chuckle point, but again, it's Fandom's category. It's up to him.
Yeah.
I can give it.
Is that a cat?
All right, we're giving it.
Yeah.
That was
a surprise us. We got Trivia Cats in train over there.
Right. Hey.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Trivia Cat has made itself known.
You don't have a trivia dog anymore.
Oh no.
We had to put him to sleep. Yeah.
Oh,
he was getting old, and he got arthritis in his back hip so bad he couldn't get up and down the stairs outside, and it was and he was way too big to carry. We just
I have some rum in my cup,
forever
so
for us to do it.
I'm so
R.I.P. Trivia Pup. R.I.P. All dogs go to heaven, so I know you doing good.
And the last one. Remember, movie. I didn't get to meet Frodo because I was too busy beefing with Gandalf and trying to double cross Sauron.
Yo, I will find the reel that I saw on Instagram a while back, and it was basically of this this creator going back and forth looking at. Wait, hold on. Was it? Damn it! What is that little boy's name? D'Angelo Wallace. He presented a like real life drama story in the verse of Lord of the Rings, and it was about the beef between Saruman. Oh shit! Sorry, I just did what Phantom did. My bad. But it was about the beef between him and Gandalf, and it was hilarious. And I think you guys would really enjoy it. Crazy Daddy. Is that what you call him? I would like to understand why.
I only heard half of the question. Alright. The question was, I didn't get to meet Frodo because I was too busy dealing with Gandalf and trying to double-cross Sauron.
Oh, even though she heard half of it, she got it right, though. Answer is Saruman.
That is true. I didn't notice that. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. We got
that's why I said I gave it away.
Candy. All right. So, Candy, you are picking.
Realize a lot of
Saruman was
people
dumb
keep
enough.
like trying to like go against like Gandalf. I'm like, dude.
Like, do y'all not know who this man is? I mean, fun fact that if you didn't read the books, then you wouldn't know this, but Gandalf was actually supposed to be the number one Dandana. You know, he was supposed to be the Don of Dons going down there, but he didn't think that he was worthy of being in that spot. So he gave it to Saruman, and he took the gray, which to me makes it even more
kind of like
apparent
Dumbledore.
that, yeah, you should have been in that spot. Kind of like Dumbledore.
Man, that man can't run a school.
Supposed
Get
to
out
be
of here.
Minister of No, he was supposed to be Minister of Magic, and he didn't want to.
Oh, okay, I got you there.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he didn't want to be Minister of Magic because that meant rules.
Yeah.
Dumbledore doesn't like rules. We've seen him in his younger years. He was always on some nonsense. Like Snape said when he called him out, "You've been raising that boy like a pig to slaughter." Mm-hmm. He was right.
Yep. All right.
Actually, yeah. Who's picking? Who's picking?
Candy picked who, what, where, when, why, and we're taking
Who,
a
what,
break.
when, where, why?
That's me.
All right.
That's
Yes.
me. It's me.
Yeah. Do you have the score, and then we can take a break because we are at 5.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, hang on.
All right. Yeah, see, Candy, you know what? You would appreciate this. The homies on 1000 actually, shout out to those ladies. Y'all should go check them out on the YouTube channels. They call him, well, Tanya Nikki. Tanya calls him Fumbledore, and I agree with her in that assessment because it is absolutely 100% accurate.
Okay, Tiffany has 90, Sky Guy has 73, and Candy has 19.
Ooh, Sky Guy, that's a close enough score. You could pull ahead if you get a few right.
She said 73.
Candy has 7.
I think it
yeah,
was
Sky Guy has 73. Candy has 19.
Ken has 19. Yep.
I'm sorry.
But look, that was a whole bar. Kingsley said it correctly. You know, you can say what you want about Dumbledore, but you gotta admit, man's got style. I mean, he fled from the fight that he knew he wouldn't win because they about to gang up on him by Phoenix. Who escapes by Phoenix? Just poof.
You can
That's
say
why
what
I
you
think
want about Dumbledore,
Yes.
or you can say
gotta
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore's got style. Mm-hmm. Kingsley was 100% correct in that assessment. Better in the books. He was better in the books. However, he was still doing exactly what Snape said he was doing in the movies. So it is definitely a correct assessment. So I think we can give maybe a few more minutes if y'all need to go get any beverages or replenish any snacks if there were. And maybe you need to go visit the loot. Or if you're all right, type in the chat, please. We good. And then we'll go ahead and start the next category.
Dumbledore.
That will never not be funny, dude. There was my sister like many moons ago when
Snape.
if the whole thing
Snape.
first came out.
Severus.
My Severus Snape said there were some guys that were doing like sock puppet things, and they came up with the thing to where Ron and Harry were just like, we're bored, let's go bother Snape. And then they go over to sock Snape and they're like, bother. And that was them bothering Snape. Fairly certain we were both high when that happened, but it was hilarious at the time.
All right, I think we're going to the next category.
Cheese and jam. Is that what you're snacking on? I like cheese and jam.
Yeah.
Seems like those things shouldn't go together, but the mix is like sour and sweet. In the right dose, it pops.
Speaking of which, I heard today, they said it was a Southern thing. Applesauce and pork chops.
And put yeah.
Well, that's a Brady Bunch thing.
That's here.
Is it Brady Bunch
before
thing?
Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
That was
pork
here.
chops and applesauce.
Some applesauce. Yeah, but that was
I
a
gotta
thing
taste.
here.
Yeah.
We didn't have pork chops or actually pork roast. We didn't eat pork without applesauce. I don't know why. I have no idea. It was just.
I think I could see how those things to go together. It's interesting. A lot of the food things that I see coming out on I follow a lot of different food channels, and there are some interesting recipes that come up and things that I do not think should be good. But then I see people trying them and they're like, oh shit. Well, I didn't think this was going to work, but go and buy these ingredients immediately.
See, that makes sense for Southern thing because my mom was from Kentucky.
See,
anyway,
look,
so-
I know exactly what you're talking about. Spiced apples and grilled pork chops. Okay, see, I'm putting that on my taste test menu now. We're gonna see how that happens. And also, if you're on Instagram, I would just suggest type in like West Indian foods and see the cool shit. Fandom, you should absolutely check this out because we're both in that culture. There have been some gems coming through. Somebody made like a cinnamon roll with oxtail and something else that they put in place of the cinnamon. Just it looked delectable, and I'm sad because I'll probably never be skinny in this lifetime. Food is getting too good. I will remain big backed.
All right. I think we're at who, what, when, where, what.
Oh wait, yeah. What was the category again?
Who, what, when,
Where.
where,
Who,
right?
what?
Where,
Yes,
what,
yes,
when.
yes.
Why?
Thank you.
Yeah. Where?
Indeed.
Where was Legolas from? Where was Legolas from?
Did you realize you're starting that out of order, or did I miss something? This is the first
Where,
question, isn't it?
Why? Where, what, why, who, and when? I got them backwards.
That's all right. We'll follow.
Oh wait, yeah. I just want to make sure. Mhm.
Yeah, because I put like I had him in my Word document, and then I moved him over to the drive. And when I did, I wanted to turn him around to make him like this, like the words at the top, like you're supposed to say it, where, what, when, who. And I didn't come back here and do it. This is the way I did it in the first place. This is the order I looked
that's
him up
fine.
in.
We could follow along. Hey, Jackie Boo, you know what? I meant to actually hit you up and let you know we were starting. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Making dinner. Ooh, what's
we would
for
start
dinner?
talking about food.
Right? How
Load
on
up the
point is
pork chops
that?
in there.
All right. Answer is.
Answer is Mirkwood.
All right. Will you give the Woodland Realm?
I was gonna say it's. I mean, technically, Mirkwood is correct, but that's just where his realm is. There is a proper name for it, and it is. Who said it in the chat?
Well, we got
Candy. Well, I mean, like I was saying, it's in northern Mirkwood, but the Woodland Realm is what it is. One of the main things it's known as. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You can distribute points how you will, but they're both right.
All right. I'm asking Sword, will you give the Woodland Realm?
Yeah, I'm easy. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiffany, Sky Guy, Candy.
I'm giving
Not like
you
I'm
a
passing out
hint
money.
ahead of time.
So I don't care.
Future AK might actually ask you something that has to do with that. Just remember.
Okay. What did the elves call Gandalf? What did the elves call
I
Gandalf?
love that. I love that name.
I misspelled elves. I got no B.
Ellis.
Oh crap!
What did the elves
If I
call?
disappear, it's because I didn't get plugged in time. The cord came out,
I
and
will
didn't realize
say when the maker of their world was choosing names, he was in his bag because there are some really cool fantasy names that came from Lord of the Rings, and this is one of my faves.
he did
And
Ages and Dark Ages.
mm,
They have a definite
Yeah.
name scheme that they used, and what he used for his.
All right.
that's super cool. Yeah, he like made up the whole language of Elvish with his wife, didn't he? I could be misremembering that.
All right. Answer is
If I can pronounce it,
Mithrandir. Mithrandir.
Mithrandir.
okay. I'm giving anybody that said myth.
Mithrandir.
Tiffany, Candy, and Sky Guy.
Okay, wait, no, hold on. I think just because it is a specific name, I would give Sky Guy the number 1 points, and then go to Tiffany and Candy.
All right.
Mithilier, that makes him sound French. I kind of like that.
Easily. I put in your general direction.
Challenge you to a duel.
All right, Sky Guy, Tiffany, Candy.
Why did Sean? Okay, you gave me that. So, why did Sean Bean take a train and hike to the filming site?
Ha, I know that one.
Get up early in the morning,
Which is
to get fully clothed,
hilarious.
fully dressed out,
I
in
heard that one, yeah.
stuff, and then
For
to the filming site.
Bruh, I mean, I know y'all all saw the movie, but did y'all see that? What he actually had to go through? Just I don't know. I feel like, look, what are those
my
things
dad
that they
wouldn't
give
either.
people that don't like flying? Like, was it a Dramamine or something
Do you
like
want to
that?
give the answer away?
They already answered. No, everyone has already put their answer out.
Jackie C's still in there. She hasn't answered.
I
Well,
think-
she's making she's
Yeah,
making
yeah.
dinner though. She's just listening right now.
Okay. So the answer is
Sword?
He was afraid of riding in the helicopter.
all right.
My dad won't. My dad wouldn't either. He wouldn't ride a helicopter, and he wouldn't get on a Ferris wheel because he said, Harry.
I feel him on the Ferris wheel.
This wasn't constructed right to him, so he wouldn't. He's scared him. He wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Of course, he also wouldn't drink milk when he ate chili because he saw somebody die in the military, and that's what they thought it was. But that's not what it was. I tried to tell him that. That's not what that did not kill him.
How
Ask her
He
you
wouldn't
want the
listen to me.
CIA
Who
to
was,
say.
who was the crackpot medic that came up with that nonsense? Wow. I would like to interject. Can we give Sky Guy a chuckle point?
Also, helicopter Ferris wheel. Yeah,
Sure.
you probably must know about Final Destination.
Look, I was just about to say that. That sounds exactly like
A
Final
pen,
Destination.
one
thing.
pen. Because it's put together with one pen.
Yeah.
It's put
What
together
does
with
Sky
one
Guy say?
pen.
Hold on.
Oh, Sky Guy's giving
Technically,
us
he
more.
wouldn't get on the
love my daddy,
copter because he had to ride with
He had
the
some
hobbits,
strange ideas
who made fun
sometimes.
of him for his fear of flying.
He was.
Did
He was very good.
Did your sound cut out there?
You okay? Who, me?
Yeah. I heard you say one sentence and then nothing else. Okay.
I
It was just
probably
me.
stopped.
All right, how are we scoring this
That
one?
was really. Anyway.
Are we going to give
Okay,
Sky Guy
so
it because
Who we got?
he explained it more?
Do
I
what?
think, why don't we do
You tell me.
Candy, Tiffany, Sky Guy? Because you didn't write helicopter on there.
I think that works. I was going to give Sky Guy a chuckle point for what he did answer either way. So either way, yeah, that's fair. He was gonna
But we wanted helicopter.
Okay.
But yeah, helicopter and fear of flying, something to that effect had to be in the answer.
Helicopter. Fear
And
of
what
flying.
what you said was
Okay.
funny though. I saw it and I chuckled. There's a clip on Facebook about it. I believe you.
Who
Yeah.
was the only other? Who was the only other of the two named ring wraiths? There were only two of them named. In Vendor, there was another one that was named. What's his name?
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's a deep cut because I think they only said it like once.
I think there's one of the video games. I think they named some of them, but I'm not sure if they were actually canon.
Well, I know we know like where they were from because we know what all the human kingdoms were
Mm-hmm.
in that time frame. But and we know who the most famous dude is, as Sword said in the question, the Witch King. But yeah, there is one more. I feel like I know why you're putting that together, but I maybe could be wrong. But yes, hilarious. Chuck a point to Candy for that.
Because I know what two of them in the video game were apparently
kinda-
like twin sisters. I was like, what? Yeah,
Say that again? No, my headphones got cut out.
they were like twin sisters, I believe. And yeah, they were like twin sisters in one of the video games. Two of them.
In Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like not canon. They did their own thing with it.
Ah, gotcha.
All
Okay.
right. Answer is
Okay. This is one that I want to be. This is one that I want to be kind of particular on because there's a reason for
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
you've got to split there. It's Camille the Easterling
is there a Camille the
because
Westerling?
it's his designation, not just his name, but his designation.
Yeah, it's a title.
And I
Yeah.
am normally not a sling. Kind of a whole thing. You
All
want?
right. Well, Tiffany
All
has
right.
it in 2 lines.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, that
I was-
rules.
Yeah.
That almost. That's kind of giving two answers because you said Kamal or the Black Easterling. Yeah, but they
well,
gotta be together. But it's
first
up
of
to
all,
Sword.
Candy gets a chuckle point, so we got that.
Absolutely.
I would give it for that name. That's a hard name.
I mean, both Tiffany
Okay,
and
the
Sky
last
Guy
one.
did answer correctly, though.
Yeah. They didn't put Easterling.
Yeah, they
Tiffany
just
put it
they
on
just
the
missed
next
the
line.
Easterling. Yeah. Fair enough. You're right.
All right, so we'll give Sky Guy Tiffany.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a full name thing. Sorry. Like I said, I don't get picky about a lot of stuff, but this is one of those.
You're
it's actually a
scorer, and
designation
so
that should be
if
there.
you don't want to put it down, you don't have to.
Yeah. So yeah,
everybody
sorry,
gets the
yeah,
same
we
score
did.
that
She
way.
did want a specific answer. Mhm. Yeah, so they'll in that round, just Candy gets a chuckle point. That's it. Last one.
I could have said that at the beginning, I suppose, but anyway. Okay. When did Samwise ask Frodo if he remembered the taste of strawberries? When did Samwise ask Frodo if he remembered the taste of strawberries?
Wait, no, that's not the right answer. Ooh, that's too far ahead, I think.
He was in pretty bad shape at the time, and he was trying to remind him of things from back home. And
Yeah. I think it was after an argument about Gollum again, or that's at least where it started. I think. I don't remember exactly that, but
well, see, now you're giving me a too specific answer, which I don't care. But
I mean, they are kind of all right though.
Yeah,
it does have many names.
All right,
because the
Sword,
answer
I'm gonna
is
read. Oh God, read the answer.
the answer is traveling through Mordor.
All right.
So you know,
our
he's
answers
like
are
in Mordor would be okay.
on a rock after explosion.
Candy says on a rock after explosion. Tiffany says laying on Mount Doom. Sky Eye says at the Black Gate. They're Mordor centric,
yeah,
but
lying on
again, it's
Mount
up to
Doom and the
you.
Black Gate is I don't know about the.
I know it was like after the ring was
Candy
destroyed.
goes, I'm in Mordor.
I'm in Mordor.
You know what? Now you know what? Do
The
y'all
Rock was in
y'all
Mordor.
remember where Candy
I'll
lives,
take
right?
him.
You know where she lives.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. You literally do live in Mordor. There are monsters afoot.
Well, no, actually, I think she means the after Mount Doom explodes. So I think we give it to Candy. Is that
Right? What Sky Guy said. They are all technically right, but
Yeah, they're all in Mordor.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
All right, we'll give it
They
to
are.
all of them. Candy,
yeah,
Tiffany,
yeah.
Sky
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah,
Point
it's like,
points to
it's
points
like
to
saying
everyone.
a state. You know, they're all in Mordor. I don't know about the
Yeah,
exploding rock, but I'm going to take it anyway.
yeah. The volcano from
All right.
It could be
Pompeii
rock
is about to
exploding
go
anywhere.
off.
All right, Candy, we'll have
But
you
I know
pick.
She means I'm going to take it.
All right, who's up next? Plenty of orcs in England. You know, I don't know the area around our cousins across the pond, but you do, because if I remember my history correctly, your place of residence was a colony at one point in time, owned by those folks. As sadly, so many of us were. But where are we headed to now? You said Candy was picking?
Candy is picking.
Where are we going? Mother of the stallion that mounts the world. Where shall we go? And for y'all that don't know, I'm calling her that because her first son's name is Rhaego, which is what Danny wanted to name her and Khal Drogo's baby.
S words too. So these are swords.
Swords!
These are swords.
That reminds me.
I'll pick swords for 200, Alex.
If y'all don't know who Shadiversity is, please Google him, go to his YouTube page. He has like a whole huge playlist about swords and he's very excited about them. So he made himself a meme yelling swords whenever he was about to talk about them.
Okay, I will
Hilarious.
name all known wielders of a sword. You name the sword. Okay. Thorin. What?
I'm sorry. No, my bad.
Okay.
Clicked on something weird. Go ahead.
Thorin the Second and Legolas. Name the sword.
Oh, that's a good one.
And there's 3 names I will accept.
Oh, I would have given that as bonus points to see who remembered.
I'm going to category of actors bodily injury, bodily injuries, because there were a lot of them. Minor, nothing big, minor, broken ribs and what's his name? Aragorn broke his toe, and that was kicking one.
Yeah,
the towers kicked one of the helmets when they come up on the.
I remember that.
Yeah, he broke his toe.
Broke toe.
He broke his toe and then screamed, but still staying in character. And
Legolas
the way he did it and dropped to his knees, they kept it in.
Yeah.
All right. The answer
I believe we have all the answers.
We do. We got
Legolas broke 3 ribs. Broke 3 ribs by falling off
there
the
were
horse.
some random mishaps. He broke 3 ribs. Samwise Samwise stepped on some glass that went all the way through his
glass.
foot.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
When he was going into the water, when he was going out. Yeah. And but 300 horses were used in the filming of all of these movies and not a single injury. So they treat the horses better than they do the
I feel
actors.
like that's a win. The horses were important. Yes, we have the answer.
Yeah,
yes.
But that's a lot of horses.
Orcus.
The answer is Orcus, also Goblin Cleaver and
That just
Biter.
seems like a lot of 4.
So I got Sky Guy and Tiffany.
I like how magical weapons are shown in their
Okay.
world. Like if they've killed a lot of a specific race, they recognize it through like some type of muscle memory that gets passed on. They see that and they know to be scared of it. That's kind of cool.
All right, here we go. I'm going to try to pronounce here. Gondolandrim, later Bilbo Baggins and Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee.
That's an easy one, y'all. Fast fingers.
Mm-hmm. All right, every breath you take, it is Sting.
Mhm.
Tiffany, Sky Guy, Candy.
Mary just inadvertently put herself on the board. That's a chuckle point right there, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go with the pronunciations again. King of Numenor.
Numenor.
Down at the bottom.
It's pronounced exactly how it's spelled. Numenor.
Numenor. Lords of
Down at the bottom of my
Anduni.
list, I was going to do one.
I'll wait till Sword's done.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's just they found it in a troll horde. But
Troll
there were
hole.
3 things
Yeah.
they used in the show. 3 weapons they used in the show that were all found in the same horde. I'm not going to tell you which.
Yeah, I feel like that was a gift from the Most High. We got some names coming in.
There we go. I just put it in the chat. Kings of Numenor. Lords of Anduni. My Kings of Amor. Kings of Arthedain. Chieftains of the
Dunedain.
Dunedain.
I wanted to get an axe in my weapons, but the only one I found that had a
Aragorn
name didn't
too.
have
Oh,
a
God.
name specifically.
Or Aragorn to Alessar.
Oh yeah. I like his Elvish name. Well, technically it's not Elvish, it's Numenorian. I like it. And I think we have an answer in from everyone.
Yeah, we do. And it is Norzil or Andoril.
Anduril.
Yeah, whatever.
And yeah,
Oh.
Sky Guy got it.
All right, Sky Guy got it. Candy. Tiffany is a little off there. Okay. Are we getting... They're close, but they're not too close. Sky got it. Really close. So I'm going to give it to Sky Guy.
For sure.
All right. Next one. Turgon Gandalf.
Another one that different races there are fearful of. Like, how awesome would that be to have that in your possession? It's like the sword of Kalis in the Star Trek universe. Whereas it technically isn't a
Something that people were
sword
scared of?
because he was Klingon. It was a batlith. Because it's so powerful, the history behind it.
Yep. Yeah, I thought so.
Now I see. I got you on the typo, Sky Guy.
All right.
The answer is
Answer is Glamdring. So we're gonna give Tiffany and Sky Guy. You shall not pass.
You shall not pass.
All right.
Flame of Undune.
Next one, King of Rowan.
Ooh. Oh wait, hold on before you answer, guys. I think you have to be a bit more specific on that.
Okay.
Like what era or what medium are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know. I forget.
Because the last king we saw was a different person that was on the answer.
You mean this Titanic? Right?
Unless, oh well, what was shown, I guess, on screen.
Okay, it's the
what
ancient
I meant.
kings of Rohan.
Okay, gotcha.
But well, this is book stuff, so
Okay, yeah. I think we have all the
I
answers
think it
in
got
then.
passed down then. All right, and they got it. Good job.
Indeed.
Yeah, Hergrim, Sky Guy, and Tiffany. And Sky Guy, you're picking.
Hey, could you repeat that?
Sky
Guy, Tiffany.
And we
Okay.
have a choice.
I got that. I didn't know if there was anything before that because you were kind of either I was breaking up or you were breaking up, one or the other.
Oh, sorry. Did you get the one for the question before? That was the question before that.
Oh, it's okay.
We gave it to
Yeah.
Tiffany. Yeah. Who rules who?
All right, so yeah, who rules here? I will tell you a place, and I am going to be a bit specific of where they are. So yeah, just think carefully. And this one might be the hardest on the category. The last true heir of Numenor. And this is the same in the book and the show. And you have to be slightly specific about her name. Last true heir of Numenor. Shelob.
That's why I was like, it gotta be. It's from
And
Gambit.
he's just getting in on chuckle points.
Never. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate it.
I didn't like how one of the video games did like Shelob's backstory. I was like, what in the world is this?
And she's a gluttonous thing. And
Shelob
we have
Aragog match up.
Look, I don't want to see either one of them. And the correct answer is Muriel, or just Muriel. Would have accepted that, but Tiffany's the only one that got it right.
Tiffany.
All right, number 2. And this is what I was alluding to earlier. You know, the Elf King's Hall. Where is that? The Elf King's Halls.
I know this one.
Who leads there? Who rules?
The guy with the big antlers. I think it's supposed to be a crown, but they're antlers anyway.
Does he? His mount had antlers. I remember that. Let's see. All right, we got Sky and Tiffany on the board, and Kane. Okay, yep. So The answer is Thranduil.
All right, we got Sky Guy and Tiffany on the board.
All right. Next up, Origian. Oh wait, is that the no? Origian, I believe is the correct pronunciation. And I think for this, I'm thinking specifically for the show because this character had a lot of a good story where he was. Partly responsible for the ridiculous mess that came about in that world.
All right, that's a chuckle point.
See, wait, no, hold on. I normally do not stop the chuckle points at all, but Sky Guy, were you actually being funny, or were you trying to just correct the typo from your first answer?
Or it was an auto fill.
Gotta love the autos.
Yes, yeah. Tiffany, I could already see where you were going and your correctness, but you said it was typo correction. Okay, I wanted to make sure. So yeah, the chuckle point went out saying then he was correcting. He wasn't meaning to be funny.
I know, but it made me laugh.
I mean, fair enough. You know what? Go and jot that. Yes, chuckle point achieved. The answer is, and Tiffany, you were kind of close. It's Celebrimbor, not Celebron. Celebron is married to Galadriel. They're in a different place.
All right, so Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
And chuckle point for Sky Guy.
What?
All right.
Yes. Erebor before Smaug. Pre Doctor Strange as a dragon. Who ruled in Erebor?
That's so funny, Candy.
Indeed. And this is what me and Sky were saying with that earlier question. King Under the Mountain. Yeah, that's the title. Oh no, I got you. I see what you were saying. Took those names hard paint. You know what? They do have some random names.
All right.
Right,
I think when I
yes.
first read the book, and it was a while ago, I was like, why does everybody have like 3 different names?
It's worse than
confusing
A
me.
Song of Ice and Fire, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got 3011 Amons and Agons and all that. Can y'all not come up with new stuff? And the answer is King Thror.
All right.
Who is
Sky Guy.
Yes, Sky Guy is the only one that got it. We ain't good on you. Yeah, Thrain the First, I believe, was his son. And then we got to what the hell was his name in The Hobbit? Thoromir or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this one I think is probably the easiest one in this category. So fast fingers, Rivendell. And if you want to hit Mr. Anderson. Elrond half elf, yeah. So some folks forget that is in his bloodline. They get to choose whether they want to live as a human or live as an elf because of a bond from like their great granddaddy and grandma intermingling.
All right.
Nepotism, even in fantasy.
Answer is
Elrond.
all right. We got Sky Guy. We are giving Tiffany and Candy.
Hot dwarf, you know what? Because I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I will give that. And
That was not the one.
not Tiffany. No, because that is a different person.
Okay, so Sky
I
Guy
said
Candy.
pre-smog.
Okay,
yeah.
pre-smoked.
Pre-smog it with his granddaddy. And I believe that was my last one in that
All
category.
right, we got Sky Guy picking.
Sky Guy, where are we going, sir? Swords!
All right, these are S
Or
words.
Magic Will does. Who's choosing human? Bruh, it's the bear and the man all over again. And just for the record, yes, I will choose the bear. Every time.
These are kind
and
of
Magic Will does. All right.
Fair and human, don't you mean either 100 men versus one gorilla?
Bruh, just the way people are stacking the deck and trying to make the gorilla so OP. Nah. He'll take care of maybe 3 or 4 of those dudes, but 100 other things fighting it? You're not gonna make it. Humans would prevail that day, sadly. All right, so I will describe a situation, and you tell me.
Wait a minute. I thought we were S words.
What?
Oh, I thought I saw that.
Oh, I thought I saw. No, he said Magic Wielder.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was already for S words.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
No, you good. You good.
I'm not hurt.
All right. Question numero uno. In a mad dash to reach home, this character wove a spell that made water take shape and sweep away the enemy. Who was that?
That's so funny. My
Which was
eyes deceived me. I thought I saw it.
Look, stranger things have happened.
You know what I probably did? I went
week.
over and looked at the our sheet. And that's probably where I saw it and thought I was reading the chat.
You might have been.
Oh, that is so funny.
All right, and we do have all the answers in, and that is Arwen.
All right, we got Candy, Tiffany, Sky Guy.
One of the coolest scenes in the whole series, in my opinion. All right, and I don't know if you guys watched the prequel, but this is a question from that era. One of the most important things under the mountain is communicating with the mountain itself. Who is the leader of the Stone Singers? When you live in the mountain, you must be able to communicate. Who that? And boom, there it is. Yes, that is Queen Disa in all of her glory. I stand her 100%.
Tiffany, Candy, Sky Guy.
She was in there getting her husband all the way together on his nonsense. Numero tres. In the films, these two magic wielders' names were lost to time. What are they known by? And as for 2 bonus points.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 bonus points, what are the names in the books?
And of course, they have two different names, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's all the wizards.
Just to torture the readers.
Yeah, they have their Ishtari names and then the regular Middle Earth names. See, Candy got an answer on the board. Sky Guy, Tiffany was good. Who of the great magics are y'all gonna answer with?
I read that so fast. Thought it was Order of the Phoenix. I'm like, hold up. It's Lord of the Rings now.
Okay, look, you know what? I feel like that is the universe telling us we need to do a Harry Potter trivia. And I'd be down for that.
I'm out.
Oh, you don't like Potter? Well, I don't like the person that
You guys
made it, but I can
I've never
separate the art from the idiot. They're actually decently good. I mean, you know, she is a decent writer. Her looks on things just suck right now.
And at the time he wanted me to read them, I was working like 60 hours a week, and I just didn't have time. And then by the time I was normal, he was gone. So
that is why I.
But in the movies, I watched a couple with him, but I do want to read them. I do want to watch the movies. I've just never been able to get into them, and that's just, I don't know why. I'm old, I guess. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's it.
Other sci-fi, fantasy, and all that, I love it. I don't know why. I can't.
I would say go with Audible. Or, matter of fact, I'm fairly certain I have the audio. If you're interested, I'll send it to you. And yes, Candy, you are correct. Fuck that bitch. But I can remove her from my love of this series.
All right. Well,
and the answer is the Two Rouges or the Blue Wizards. I will accept both.
All right. We got
and
Candy.
the 2-point bonus. What are their names in the books? If you get those in, and there are two, you gotta give me the two names. There's 4 answers split in pairs that you can give.
HBO doing a TV series next year. I think it's next year it comes out, or another year or two.
What series?
Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah, folks are in an uproar because
but if
Snape is going to be played by a black actor.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so the names for the bonus points were Alatar and Palandor.
Wait,
or
Rowling is attached to it?
Attached to who?
The show.
Harry Potter?
The show, TV show, still.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
If she is, that's like bad marketing.
You're a wizard, Palladio, and author.
And if you guys would have gotten that in before Fandom hit the E, I would have given.
No, that was the bonus. You gave it the bonus after the E, so we're giving it. Sky Guy got it.
The bonus, okay.
Yeah, you read that after he put the E. So yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't looking at the screen. Awesome. Thank you for catching that. All right. Yeah, you're right. She will always collect royalties.
What was the original score?
Mary?
What are the original scores? I mean, I guess I'm a sexist, not a racist, because I don't mind the color of the actor as opposed to the color in the book, but I do mind a female Doctor Who. I don't know why. I guess I'm a sexist, not a racist. I don't know.
No, her run.
How many bonus points? 1 bonus point, 2 bonus points. What?
Oh, that's just me. No, not the 14th, 13th. Then again, the way how they be like redoing this whole show, it's like issue the 13th, issue the 14th, issue the 15th, issue the 16th.
What show are you talking about?
500. Doctor
Okay,
Who.
could you
Weren't
run
we
through
just
those
talking about
scores?
the woman doctor just now?
Okay.
Please?
Yeah. No, I didn't hear. The
Doctor
thing
Who.
had cut out. I didn't hear everything you said.
I said, I guess I'm a
about it.
sexist and not a racist because. Oh, I did. I guess I'm a sexist, not a racist, because I don't care what color my actors are when they're doing the show, as long as they're doing a good job. I don't care. But I did care that about a female Doctor Who. I just didn't like it. So it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I'm sorry.
I haven't watched it.
But that's.
I haven't watched it, so
Not
I
missing
don't
much.
know.
Sadly. But they did another woman doctor apparently, and that one seemed
The
way
only
more
time it bothers me.
Tinny Sword? I think you cut out.
The only time it bothers me, and it's not anything that bothers me. The only time that bothers me about the race of the actor is when you're making something that's historically, if it has to be historically accurate. In any kind of fiction, I don't care. As long as they're doing a good job and making me feel the scene, making me feel the actor, I don't care. Make me pink. I don't care. But it does it doesn't make me mad. It just sort of, I don't know, bothers me. Because you visualize somebody in your head, historically a real person. You visualize something in, that should be this or that, and that's just me.
There's always random.
I have my own opinions about religion, politics, all these things. I don't care if anybody has the same opinions as me. It doesn't bother me. Everybody's supposed to have their own ideas and feelings, and what. Just don't tell me I'm wrong, and I won't tell you you're wrong, because you're not wrong. If you could be different than me and not be wrong, just don't tell me I'm wrong, which is sort of selfish, I guess. But anyway.
Question number 4.
Now I'm off my box. Off my box.
Dumbledore. All right.
Question number 4. A hidden backstory alluded to in the films says this character was once a dragon hunter. Who is he?
Same, Tiffany.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. I think he would have rocked it, but I'm not gonna give any assessments until I see the final product. I mean, because right now it's reminding me of when they started casting for Percy Jackson. A lot of folks were upset that Annabeth is being played by a young black girl. For what? It doesn't matter. Especially since Rick Riordan, he's very heavily involved with it, and it works. Everybody that has a problem with that, he absolutely said on Twitter, I said what I said. Boo. Paul Jane, hello.
Hello, yes.
More concerned with John Lithgow, but you know what? I am not.
I'm not either. I think
he is a solid actor. And also on top of that, he actually
really good
in real life, he is an advocate for children and helping them learn different things. Like he has different CDs with him putting together shows and singing songs geared towards kids. He's pretty phenomenal, I think. Yeah. And hold on, did we get all the answers in? Let me scroll back up real quick.
Back up there, yes. The same as a female James Bond.
Wait a second, talk about Lord Farquaad?
No female James Bond. No, sorry.
I think I have to see them first, then draw
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. So, answer is, did you read the question?
I did.
I watched it anyway. It's not like
I did.
Myself.
But I will.
Did anybody answer? I don't think anybody answered.
Okay, so I will repeat the question.
Yeah,
you have new time to toss out your answers. A hidden backstory alluded to in the films says this character was once a dragon hunter. Who is he? And to give you a hint, we have had a few questions about him thus far already.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
I
Oh,
think
okay. That's
they
gonna distract me then.
remade "It's a Wonderful Life" in the like '80s with Marlo Thomas. I really enjoyed it. Like she played, it was like reversed, so that was enjoyable. I liked that one.
Oh man, I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, it's hardly ever seen it yet, but I thought it was actually. I think I saw that before I saw "It's a Wonderful
It
Life."
can work. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'll watch it, and if they're telling me if they're telling me a good story and they're keeping me interested in it,
Mhm.
that's the whole point. Then I
Right.
don't really pay attention to what they are. That's why I have a hard time with like actors and singers, and I know when I see them and I like them, and I see them in other things and I like them. But can I tell you their names? Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It just depends. I don't pay attention.
All right. I don't think they know the answer.
I know what I like when I hear it or see it. Other than that, I don't care.
All right, we're gonna do a countdown.
I'm old and set in my ways. I can't help it.
Answer it.
The answer is Twain Doyle.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I'll be
Apu.
quiet. I've
Okay,
been
well,
I've
be
been sick
quiet.
with a sinus infection
We just
for a
keep
week and a half.
forgetting
I hadn't
about the
had anybody to talk
trivia.
to, so now I'm talking to you. Sorry. I'll stop now.
Conversation was too good. We were like, oh yeah, I forgot. Kind of.
And Tiffany, you are close, but as far as we know from the timeline that we've seen, he is still just a prince.
Score.
His daddy, Thranduil, is still around. All right, last question. This magic wielder is usually underestimated since he lives the life of a loner in the woods and prefers animal to people. And I don't blame him on that. I think that is a very fair assessment. You know, yeah, people's got issues, and I don't like issues. Who is he?
They're getting this one.
They do.
And there we go. I think we got it
He was
on in. Yes, that is
the only animals on Earth that
Radagast
killed
the
the sun.
Brown.
All right, we got Sky Guy, Tiffany, and Candy. And clean that
Indeed.
bird poop off your face. I was watching the movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, he has bird poop on his face.
It's you guys. I don't know if it's you or me, but it must be me that's breaking up because I can't. I heard I have 2 or 3 letters in there and no no names. I'm sorry.
Good. All right. Let's see who would be picking. It would have been Sky Guy. You are picking Swords.
S
What?
words. All right, here we go. I'm reading it off the right place. All right. S words. Samuel's thing. All the answers will begin with S. And the file of Galadriel in order to rescue his master from her. Samuel's thing and the file of Galadriel in order to rescue his master from her.
She makes the hell's his, what was his name in Potter? She makes Aragog or something look like a freaking walk in the park.
And you just have to watch out for Aragog's kids.
Bruh. How your bestie send these kids in the forest to talk to you to get information, and then you tell them, you know, I'm sorry, like my kids is hungry, and y'all just are here. I don't know why you thought it was okay for you to be here, but they're hungry, and I can't starve my kids. I can't, you know, when you came here so willingly, it seems like you was asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, look here, Aragog. I was not upset when I saw him dead. Just saying.
I think only Hagrid was upset.
You're right. You are correct. The answer is
Sheetab, Candy, Tiffany, Sky Guy.
The
That is a
embodiment of
good
one of my
roll,
greatest
Candy.
fears.
All right. A wealthy hobbit family obsessed with acquiring Bag End. A wealthy hobbit family obsessed with acquiring Bag End.
Candy, you're correct. I look at the outback of Australia, and Crocodile Dundee had me in the 80s. He made going out to the outback and hanging out with the Aborigines and just doing random fuck shit that he wanted to do look like fun. And I wanted to go and have that fun. And then I got older and I started reading about what actually lives in Australia, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to go
They
there.
got the most deadly everything.
Exactly, the most deadly everything. And mind you, I am from the tropics. I am from Guyana. There's not there are things there that are mutated because it's warm weather near the equator. That's just how the shit is. But to go over there, no, thank you.
All right, I will. It's the Sackville Baggins. I will give it to everybody for the
Indeed.
Sackvilles.
Yes.
Sackville Baggins.
When you I'm sorry, go ahead with the score, my bad.
Tiffany, Candy, Sky Guy.
When people come across like your eye vision and you look at them and you can just tell and feel in your aura that they are on some bullshit. That's the exact look that these two characters had on their face every time we saw them on screen. You so jealous and plotting so heavy that you're trying to steal this man's house every day. Stop it.
Sackville Baggins. All right, here we go. Oh, gosh. The Barad-dûr Road was known as what? The Barad-dûr Road was known as what?
Ooh.
The road.
I don't think I knew this answer. Okay, after it's done, tell me where that is.
I just found it on the wiki.
All right. Sorry.
I was looking up S and that came up for my S words.
Oh my gosh, that's like the fourth airplane within the 30 seconds. Like, what's going on here?
All right.
Summertime.
Everybody answered. The answer is, well, everybody that's still here, I think. Tiffany, Sky Guy, got it. It is Sauron's Road. All right, next one. Saruman spent his final days as a criminal master in Hobbiton, known as the Cesspool.
Oh man.
Said Saruman.
Was cut from the movies.
Uh-huh.
Saruman spent his final days as a criminal master in Hobbiton, known as.
And if you please, I would add on a book question for that. What was the name of that whole situation in the books?
I think I know.
Yeah, it's very specific, and I'm sad that they kept it out of the movies.
Yeah, I think they just.
I think it would have been really important to have it there. Yeah.
Wouldn't they have to make another movie?
Had to make another movie because they were getting kind of long. I think that's why they had to have it. Yeah.
Saruman spent his final days as a criminal mastermind in Hobbiton. Hobbiton.
And what was he known as?
And what was he known as while he was there?
What S word?
Mm-hmm. Would you give a few more seconds for everyone to correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mary.
Yeah. I want the nickname.
Yes. Correct your answers. Neither of those are right. None of those three that are on screen are not on screen, but in the chat right now are correct.
All right.
Saruman spent his final days as a criminal mastermind in Hobbiton, known as who Bonus point if you know the name of the chapter from the book.
I don't think they know.
Oh, did we stump y'all again?
Wait, wait.
Wait a minute. Do we have a bonus point answer?
Well, no, we have a point. All right, we got it. It is Sharky.
Oh.
Tiffany got it.
Yes, Tiffany got it, but are y'all seeing the same chat that I'm seeing? Did she get it in before the E or after?
Yeah, before the E.
No, the bonus question, I mean.
Oh, Candy got the, if it's the Scourging of the Shire.
Candy Candy got that, yep.
Uh-huh.
Scouring of the Shire is what
Scouring.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next question. Boromir was next in line to hold this title. Boromir was next in line to hold this title.
Fucking Denethor. He's in the same category as Cersei for me. Shut up, fandom. He's in the same category as Cersei because fuck both of them.
I love the one where he's eating because he's disgusting, you know.
Oh, that was good.
when Pippin sang that song.
Yeah. He's like
shout out to Pippin. Because if y'all didn't know, that man, the actor, he actually has his own band and he can sing very well.
Kind of like Podrick.
Yeah, matter of fact, the last goodbye song in the final movie for Lord of the Rings, he sang that song. If y'all didn't know. Yeah.
Repeat the question. Boromir was next in line to hold this title.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that counts as a title, and I can't even give it to you as a chuckle point because there are lots of men that live in that place. And once that, we have answers in from everyone.
Did Tiffany didn't. Yeah. Okay, we're good. All right. Answer is Steward of Gondor. So Sky Guy and Tiffany.
Yes.
And that is it on our questions.
Indeed. So I believe we
score update
and need a score update. Yeah, you forgot Denethor was he was a steward. That was one of Boromir's main. How long does a man have to be steward before he can be king? Apparently, as long as it takes. Go sit down and shut the hell up, Boromir. Denethor was like the worst leader and one of the worst fathers ever in fantasy.
Let's say fantasy.
No, who would you put as more worse than him?
One in
actually,
anime,
you know what?
So otherwise,
anime. Okay, actually, there is one person in anime that I'm thinking about. I'm curious if it's the same person. Shit, I don't remember his name.
Candy. Gondor has no king. Angry base.
Are you thinking about what's his name? Baki's dad?
Is that the one who did that experiment on his daughter? I'm forgetting the name too, but if it is, then yeah.
What did he do to the daughter?
Oh, he fused his daughter with a dog.
No, that's a different one. Oh. No, that I think what you're thinking about is Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. I was like, dude, why?
Now, if you look up Baki and you see the nonsense that his dad was on, you'll understand.
That's on my list. So are you too, if you haven't seen it.
Do we have the tally? Both of you ladies are muted. But if you're talking, we
Yeah.
can't hear you.
I don't do the tally. Sword, do you have the tally?
And if so, Sword's muted.
Mm-hmm.
Tally, 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 tally. Tally, tally, or I'll say Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Ron Weasley.
I'm trying to see Final Destination Sunday, though. I'm hearing mixed things. First, I heard
let me know how it is.
Good. I mean, then Rotten Tomatoes said 95, and I'm like, well, those were the early reviews from people that get it for free, so.
Yeah. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, shameless plug, speaking of movies, if y'all have not seen Sinners yet, I highly recommend you go do so. It is spectacular. Matter of fact, once we get off, Mary, remind me of this situation.
Okay.
When you
go see that.
On that.
Yes, me and the ladies, Lady D and Meeks, will be on there. I'm fairly sure we're gonna have 1,000 Eyes of One with us, Talia and Nikki, and I did invite my other streaming homies, Fandom and DJ11, to come through for it as well. And it's gonna be a ripping good time because the movie was so spectacular in every element that Ryan Coogler brought in. Shout out again to him because he did that.
That'll become a new favorite director.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Like his 3 movies, Black Panther.
Hold on.
She's having some issues.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking in there.
I'll ask her if she can put the score in the private chat.
Yeah. Can you just drop the scores in the private chat, Sword? And then we can go on and see who will be the one true ruler of the ring trivia. All right, we got Tiffany with 173. Who's up next? Sky Guy with 143. You know what? There's a number that could be revealed that you might be able to steal that number one spot still. Candy's at 63. Okay, so
and those are the Dumble scores.
I love that. Again, give yourself another chuckle point for that one. Well done. So we have one
JC
final. Yes, we have one final question, and once the answer, whoever gets it first is who gets to pick a picture on the screen. The question is, who is the most powerful being in the Lord of the Rings universe? And I feel like that's easy. Fast fingers.
Other than
I'm not gonna hold you too much on the spelling, but you got to get the gist of the name out. Who is the most powerful being in the Lord of the Rings universe?
And it is not the author.
Yeah. Even though technically some would say he did write himself and his wife into the books, courtesy of what's her name, Maggie, who is Brenda Fraser's daughter in what's the name of that book? Damn, popped in my head just that quickly. It was a movie with Brendan Fraser, and he was able to read. They called him a silver tongue. He was able to read books, and when you read books, everything would actually come out.
Oh, I saw that movie.
Word.
That was
Inkheart.
Really good. Yeah, I forget what it was called.
Inkheart. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's actually based on a book series, and I was so hoping they would continue with the sequels, but they didn't.
Sky Guy got it.
It sounds familiar.
They would,
Answer is
if you. Where did he have it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yep, click up. There it is. Yes, the answer is Eru Iluvatar. The dead dude. The dead dude's pretty indestructible. Yep.
It had Andy Serkis in it.
In what?
Ink
In
art.
that movie book? Or the
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. He played one of the ridiculous men that came out of the books. So, Sky Guy, you have a choice to make. One of these pictures will reveal a number that could possibly help you to get to the top spot, or it could hold you back.
Oh, did you put negative in there? Okay. You did it. You did it.
Whose picture will you be choosing?
Oh, I
We have the
remember this
lovely
movie
queen.
now.
We have the lovely Queen Disa. We have Gandalf the White. Saruman. All right, let's see. Who is under Saruman? Does he win the day? Or shall he go home in shame and have to return next week to take the title? 20 points on the board. Is that I think we're around 10 short on that though.
Yep. Tiffany wins.
So close. So
Guy
close.
and
But
Candy
yes.
came in late. That's a good
Yep.
third. Good job,
So
you
close,
guys.
but yet so far away. Hopefully, y'all will join us. You have to live with her. Well, now you get to live with at least 2 weeks of her saying, "I got you."
You get actually 5
What did you
extra
say?
points. Sword gave you had 148,
score
so it makes
okay.
168. So
Okay.
It's a little bit closer, but not enough. No smoke
Not-
cigar.
not enough.
So you will have to
high enough
return.
Rumble score.
Yes, you will have to return. In the words of RuPaul, you got to come back and do your thing. And next time, don't fuck it up, as they say.
All right.
That was super fun.
Welcome.
Y'all, thank you.
We hope you come in, Sky Guy. Yep, it's been
Indeed, yes. Your banter has been quite enjoyable. Thank you for coming through, Lady Jackie. We got Candy, and it's a rare time when we get Candy in because those time zones don't be wanting us to be great to hang out with our friends. So I'm really glad you were able to be here.
In the middle of the night.
Right. And hold on, there's another name that I saw come in earlier. Hopefully Streamlord will go up enough for me to see it. Paul Jane.
Yep.
Thank you for coming through and checking us out. Appreciate you being here. And to any of our lurkers and folks that may watch, for the rewatch after we're done. Thank you again for being here. Yeah, look. I understand. Candy, yeah. Go to bed though, ma'am. And it was and it was a pleasure having you here. Hope to see you again. Fandom, what do we got coming up? We got some Poker Face, right?
Yep, Poker Face and possibly Thunderbolts, right? Too. That's another one.
Yes, that's right. If you haven't seen Thunderbolts, absolutely go see that too. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very enjoyable. I am waiting on The Long Walk. That's good. The trailer's out.
What is it?
The Long Walk.
Oh, the Stephen King book, right?
Maybe you told me that a year ago.
Trailer is
okay,
out.
look. Fun fact. If you are a Stephen King book fan, or if you just want to know anything about the movie that's coming up, I would implore you to go to the YouTube channel. What is it called? Stephen King Book Club or Stephen King Universe, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they go about talking about the stories is, and for the example, I'll use The Long Walk. They have the synopsis and everything coming through the voice of the what would they call him? The announcer. Like in football, when you got the guys in the box and they're calling out all the plays and whatnot over the live speaker. Uh-huh. That's the character that they're portraying. And he's talking about how all of the kids on the walk are reacting to all of the stress that they have to go through on this ridiculous hike, and talking about how the crowd is acting and whatnot. It's a very unique way that I've seen a book channel go through doing how they present these stories and their summaries. And it's really spectacular. I highly recommend. Definitely check them out. So yeah, I forgot about The Long Walk. I'm looking forward to that, because that is if you haven't read the book or you don't know anything about it, that is a brutal test of what the human body can endure.
Well,
Not just regular human body, but kids. Yeah, and psychological, because there's so many ridiculous things. You're looking like, why are these people happy about what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Like when I think of dystopian societies, I shudder to think what could happen if we became the long walk. And sadly, with politics in the USA, I don't know that that's off the table. It might happen. But anywho's again, thank y'all for joining us. And I do believe we'll see you. Well, what are we doing next, guys? Are we gonna go through, because we got a lot of trivia ideas? I know Sword had put up some stuff.
Like the Harry Potter. I don't mind doing a Harry Potter.
Y'all know I'm always down for the Potterverse. Fuck JK, but I'm always down for the verse. Potter? Yeah, Mr. Potter. And yeah, I think Sword might still be having some issues with her mic.
Yeah, nobody's still in there.
But yeah, we'll get the consensus later. So come back in. Probably not next week, but maybe the weekend after. Not the weekend, but the Friday after.
Sounds
we'll
good.
have another good, cool trivia out there. So thank you again for joining us. Appreciate you guys. Have a safe and awesome weekend. See y'all next time.